Am I the asshole for how I checked my pregnant neighbor for how she was acting with my husband? My family, me, husband, 2 daughters, live directly across from our neighbor, AITA, who is, from what I remember, 6 months pregnant. Our neighborhood grew close when her husband died 2 months ago due to a drunk driver. The entire neighborhood basically came to help, and even now the community still does semi-monthly-ish barbecues and stuff. We know how it felt to have a parent absent. Now, no, my husband did not die, but he was still deployed when we were pregnant with our first. I know that this is not the same thing she is going through. So we often checked on her, invited her over, conversations on how to handle being on your own while pregnant. For a couple of weeks now, she's been asking my husband to be her handyman. My husband has no issue with this, and neither did I until a week or so ago. She asks my husband for help over the simplest things and barely talks to me anymore. Most times she'll knock, ask if my husband is home, and if I say no, she tells me to let him know she needs him and walks off. No talking, having chai together, nothing. I can admit I am a little bit jealous and felt weird about this. It was like she was only wanting my husband around. I tried to push these feelings aside until the first incident. Basically, she knocked on my door and handed a covered plate of cookies. I got excited and started to thank her. How the girls love cookies. But she interrupted me and told me that these were strictly for my husband, not for us. I had a sour taste in my mouth and thanked her. It made me feel like she was trying to have a big house and little house situation. I let my husband know what happened and how I felt. He assured me nothing was going on, no doubt, but he also agreed that what she did was disrespectful. We agreed he would stop going over. He would give her the numbers of men he knows who do maintenance. She has been cold with us. The second incident happened when the community was having a barbecue in our neighborhood park. The children were running around and us adults were sitting with the lawn chairs talking about whatever. Aide piped up and said how she's grateful to us all for helping her, even me, after it was strange how you basically forbid your husband to come over to help anymore. I got a little mad, like I was slapped by God himself, and just said, well, baking a gift for my husband only and saying his wife and daughters aren't included is strange too. Another neighbor changed the topic. It was awkward. I'm sure there's gossip and whatnot. On one hand, I know she must still be grieving, and maybe she's just looking to have someone to be there for her. On the other hand, I feel like the incident with the cookies and then the barbecue makes me feel disrespected. My husband is not happy with how I responded. He says it is not my job to check someone, and I should have just let her talk. I guess I just want to know if I was a jealous asshole through all of this. I don't really have anyone I could talk to about this personally. Not the asshole. I get that she is grieving and probably not in her right mind. But the cookies thing was weird. If she'd said, I made them for husband as a thanks for all the work he's done for me, that's fair. But to say they are strict just for him, that's weird. And you were basically politely letting it go until she called you out in public. So I think it is fair to answer her in public. Plus, honestly, how much DIY or maintenance help does one house need? It's been 2 months since her husband died, and your husband has had to go over multiple times. As a single woman who is useless at DIY and has to get someone in to fix almost anything, I don't having people calling monthly, never mind weekly. I do not know the maintenance her home needs. I know some houses are minor fixers, so maybe that. My husband often just mentions plumbing or ventilation. Husband's response is frankly concerning. Not the asshole. She tried to embarrass you and was counting on your silence due to her situation. No one's going to comment on husband being TA for not standing up for his wife. This is Reddit. How many stories is this? The first red flag, and then it turns out stuff was going on. She took a shot at OP fired back, husband sided with not his wife. OP, you seem completely convinced your husband is innocent. Maybe he is, but did he choose her? Does he like the attention and secretly resents you interfering? I know you will say no, but he didn't choose you in a public moment when this lady took a nasty shot at you. Even if I despised my helpful neighbor's wife and kids, I'd never stipulate that a gift was just for him. That's all kinds of weird and boundary crossing. If I hated the wife for whatever reason, I'd steer clear of the whole family, not try to awkwardly ingratiate myself to the husband unless I had nefarious reasons. Just because she's grieving doesn't mean she can be so weird and still get a free pass. Plus, to exclude children from eating cookies is downright evil, no matter what you're going through. Edit, not the asshole, by a mile. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.